There are over 1.2 million deaths due to road traffic accidents every year. Could this be because 3,064 people were killed or injured in crashes where excessive speed was a factor in 2013? Getting hit by a car at 40 miles per hour will result in 9 out of 10 pedestrians to die as a result. In a recent survey, 16.7% out of 100 knew one of the road signs commonly displayed on the roads. How can Britain's roads be safe if we are unaware of the signs that keep us safe? If we can't read the precautions, how will children be affected? According to the AA, the most serious incidents for children on the road are when they walk home from school between the hours 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. As on British roads you are 8 times more likely to die on the road than doing any other activity, we ask, are Britain's roads safe?
Yes, I did it last summer. I think it was quite interesting to learn about things like stopping distance and also how weather conditions may have an effect on your driving. So yeah, that's quite important, I think. I think that you can't necessarily judge teenage drivers on the action of, let's say, a few, but it's definitely quite obvious. Like when I'm with my mum, she's quite careful. She doesn't even like to speak to me much when she's driving. Whereas when I'm with my friend, he sometimes even misses to put the indicators on. Well, we must have some sort of link to teenage drivers having a higher accident rate, I'm guessing. But there's nothing else that I can really think about. Oh, also to do with the experience. So obviously teenage drivers, they probably haven't had their license for that long, whereas older drivers would have had a license for years, and so the years of experience, I'm guessing, has an effect on your insurance price. I guess it shows that through age you do have more experience, and that older drivers have much more experience than younger ones, and so that has an effect on how likely you are to have an accident. Going back to my second point about weather conditions, so like in the winter time when it might be icy, and obviously if your tyres don't have the grip that it needs, then I'm guessing that has an effect on how quickly you'll be able to stop, your stopping distance and traction. But I don't know. And I guess instead of making the law just for winter time, by enforcing it throughout the year, it just makes it less of a hassle for the driving agencies. I'm guessing drink driving, as you hear about it quite a lot in the news and stuff. I haven't personally been involved in an accident yet. From my experience, when I'm with my dad and when I'm with my friends, it's pretty much the same thing. Everybody just slows down for the speed cameras, and then as soon as you've passed that, it's back to how you were driving before that. Yeah, I don't really feel that they're effective enough compared to other cameras where they check your average speed. I think those are much more effective. I cycle quite a lot, and compared to other countries, we don't really have many cycle lanes. I think that's quite important because sometimes drivers don't really, take notice of cyclists. Hence why so many of them have cameras and stuff on their helmets to video what's happening. to make more awareness of it. But yeah, just as a cyclist, I think it would be much better if we had like a cycle lane. I definitely try to avoid going on main roads. Usually I just go through inside roads because there's less cars there.
Yeah, it has helped me because I didn't know how to drive before. I had a driving instructor, so he taught me how to drive. And like the highway code, it's good because it helps you know like the theory behind driving before like you properly know how to, like you know stopping distances before. But then when you learn to drive, you kind of know what it is anyway without going, oh, that's that many meters. It doesn't teach you how to like be prepared of what other drivers are doing around you. So it doesn't tell you like, oh, this person could do this, and then you have to be prepared that there are other people out there that can't drive properly. Driving too fast. Cyclists who are not aware that there are cars there, or they just think, oh, I'm a cyclist so I can do what I want. People on their phones and not watching where they're walking and walking out in front of cars. No, I haven't been in any accidents. It's the national speed limit sign. People just slow down for the cameras and then speed up afterwards. But then if it's an average speed check one, then they can't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous and like can cause accidents because you can have a blowout easier on the motorway. Just more accidents can be caused because of tyres being worn down. Yeah, less traction.
Yeah. 3 marks. No, I don't feel it really made a difference. 13 metres. I just don't see the point. Very safe, because there's zebra crossings. Children run out in front of the cars. Yeah, because like I can now see it from a driver's perspective. Yeah, someone was speeding and coming to the back of the car. Because they have less experience of driving. Potholes. Yeah, because I now understand road signs and the meanings of them.
About 35 years. Speed ramps. Car safety's improved. I don't think necessarily road safety's improved. Well, there's still accidents on the road every day, but you know, cars are safer now, I think. But I don't think the introduction of cycle lanes and things like that have necessarily improved it, because people are still getting accidents on bicycles, and especially with lorries and going down overtaking on the inside. Basically the state of them, potholes and things like that. God, it was a long time since I've done my test. I passed my test in 1982. On the approach to a zebra crossing, the zigzag lines is what's deemed to be a safe braking distance from 30 mile an hour. That's why they're there. What is that? 200 yards. The last time I had an accident with a car was like 30 years ago. I can't remember what the cause was now, to be honest. Well, obviously you need to be aware, obviously, because there's small children around. I know you have crossing guards and so forth and that now, but you still need to be aware. I mean, kids do just run out in front of cars and things. Yeah, I think the introduction of these black boxes for young drivers now is a very, very good idea. Obviously it helps with their insurance and also cuts down the number of people sort of driving around sort of late at night and doing silly things in cars like we all did when we were young. I think the driving test has improved, yeah, but having a theory test is good. It's no different from the test back in my day, because you still get asked highway code questions and so forth. And that, so it has changed, but not changed an awful lot, I think. No, I think they just slowed down for the cameras. They make things worse, and they could probably end up causing more accidents than they actually say, because people brake at the last minute where they don't realise they're there.